your understanding.
God, thank you.
And Father God, whatever question we need to ask for, God, let us ask it and get wisdom and understanding of it.
Yes, Lord.
Father God, we thank you, Lord, for this day, God.
Thank you.
Father God, have your way in the name of Jesus.
Jesus.
Yes.
Amen.
You can be seated. Well, as always, we always like to, we're going back to where we left off on because we're going to finish this up. And we got a few more verses with that and we'll be finished. Do anybody have any questions that they want to ask before we start into the lesson for the night? What we have did, to be honest with you, what we have did, we have covered a lot of prosthetic ministry, what Christ did, that you don't want to hear people talk about. But I tell you what I did here this week. I hear Prince, what's his name? He touched up on some of the same thing, but he jumped off onto another subject. But he went on some of the same thing that we was covering. If you look at it Tuesday, you'd have seen, some of the very same thing that we went over. He come across it too. Did anybody see that? But he come across some of the same thing. So we cover a lot of prophecy. You know, like I said, a lot of churches, they don't believe in it's important. And we don't worry about that because we're not going to be around for that. It's in the Bible's important. I think we need to see. It's a lot of things, which I won't get off into it. But a lot of question comes up, you know, to me. You know, question like, when the world was destroyed, and were eight people that were saved. What the nationality was, Noah's wife, or how did the race get started off again? Where did all the colors come in? That question we have to make among some other things and stuff. So we have to be kind of on our toes. And like I said, it's good to know, you know, the Bible, because people do ask questions like that. So we need to know. Another thing I think is very important, just to throw out there, you know, I'm looking at Morgan Freeman last night. I don't know if anybody see it, but he on now. He might be back on it now. He showed all these different types of religion. Did you see it? Morgan Freeman. And I thought about it. But some of their religion is so far Hindu, all this kind. They're so far off that it don't even make no sense. You know. But what we, you know, with the people, so how you know that y'all have, you know, y'all religion is right? We got proof. We got proof. I think the Hindu, they believe that once you pass, you become incarnated. You come back as something else. But if you're not saved, you just I think they're saying it's an energy. You just energy. In other words, you don't exist no more. That's not Bible.
That's where the word karma come from.
So that's why we need to know. They just feel like if you're not saved, you just when you die, you just energy thrown out there someplace. That's not true. Every person that's born into the earth, you got a soul. You got a soul. You will give them account for that. So we have proof. We have proof. I'm looking at some of the history a little before I came down here, and they would show some stuff. I'll be honest with you. I look at the Romans, look at some of the more powerful people in the world, the Romans, Empire and all that. You look at them today, they gone. No can't be found. Jesus made it plain. He said heaven and earth is going to pass away. He done made it very plain. He said, but the word of God will forever stand. So to be honest with you, to give you some revelation, as we know it now, it's passing.
It is.
It's passing away. So, you know, I just thank God that what we got is the real thing. I'm just going to show you one before we get into it. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we can prove. We can prove it down, shout it out, that what we got is the real thing.
All right.
How many know that?
Amen.
Let's again, get to show you something. I won't get into a whole lot of scripture. But like I said, we ain't got but a few more verses we're going to close. We'll be finished with. Let's go to Job, 26th chapter. I'm going to look at just one verse to show you. It's amazing how prophecy spoke things and how it's being unfolded. It's just amazing. Zechariah said this here. Say when Jesus come back, and they're going to want to know pretty much they saying who is this man that got the print between his shoulders? Who is this man? in the nail prints and that. Who is this man? Zechariah talked about that. Thousands of years before Christ, he came to the earth. I don't know if you ever read this, but he talked, if you read. He talked about it. So all of these prophecies is being unfolded. Look at Job 26. I'm just going to read one verse. The 7th verse. Look what it says. 26 and 7. God stretched out the north over the what?
Empty place.
Empty place. And what he did?
Hang the earth upon nothing.
He did what?
Hang the earth upon nothing.
What other denomination says that?
None.
He hanged the earth. I mean, Job spoke this year. Huh? Job spoke this year. 1,000 years. People that travel space like they, you know, they travel, you know, they go to the moon. They said once you get so far, you can look back. The earth is hanging in there. This is the very midst of nothing. Peter said the world is upholding by the word of God. There's nothing. Listen, that don't happen. You just can't hang nothing on nothing. But you see that? In the 26, he stretched out, if I had chance, I'm sure what the north he's talking about too. He stretched out the north over the empty space. Do everybody see that? And he hanged the earth upon, do y'all see that? So, Job talked about that. Job talked about that. He had to have a revelation of it. How would he knew if he didn't have a revelation?
He wouldn't know.
Again, these people that go out in space, you know, shoot out in space, once they get so far, they look back and they can see the earth just spinning into in the midst it's spinning there. This is what Job talked about. I believe this shit too. He talked about, now if you notice something, he say, he stretched out the north over to what?
Empty
space. There have been times, this is my belief now, don't hold me to this. There's been times, planes that went out, ships that went out and got missing. They can't find them. Job says somewhere in the earth, there's an empty spot, there's an empty space. There's nothing, there's no stars or nothing there. Planes just disappear, ships just disappear. I mean, they can't find absolutely nothing. You know, I don't buy this stuff they're talking about, you know, at the Christmas. I don't buy that stuff, UFO. You know, it could be something to that. But I looked at Job said that God has an empty space in the earth. There's nothing there. So if you hit this spot, you got to go somewhere. There's no star there. There's nothing but just an empty. So this proved that God is God. You know, like all the time say, in my book, you got to go. Job came along way before Peter. And Peter said the word is being upheld by the word of God. Didn't that what he said? The other way he said, God spoke it into existence and God keeping it right there.
Keep it right where he put it.
And then he said, there's going to come a time, the heaven and earth going to pass away. That's the only time they're going to move. That's the only time. So Peter had the same revelation that Job had. Back to Matthew 24. I like the truth, you know. I don't like to be, you know, you telling me one thing, but you can't back it up with the word and all this kind of stuff. Don't tell me theory. You know, I want to know truth. You know, theory ain't gonna cut it. We need the truth.
Amen.
Matthew 24, look at the 20th verse one more time. We're gonna spend just a very few moments on it. Then shall be great tribulation, such as was since the beginning of the world of time. No, not even shall be. Everybody see that? Years ago, this probably now maybe 10, 15 years ago, I heard a preacher. They said church folk don't want to hear it, like what he was talking about. He said this year, he was talking this year, and I think he was talking about the days of Jacob. And he called it, he said, there's going to be a time when there's going to be hell on earth. See, people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear nothing like that. He said, a time of hell on earth. He absolutely right. He said, there never was a time since the earth was made, and there'll never be another time like it. That's a troubled time.
It is.
So this time here, you know, going to be worse than the flood.
It gotta be. He said, it gotta be. He said, cause there's never been a time like this since the world beginning, and there'll never be another time after this year. It got to be the worst thing that hit planet Earth. It got to be the worst thing. And trust me, when you start talking about the days of Noah, that was a bad time because over 8 people stayed. So Jesus said there's gonna be a time worse than that. Matter of fact, if you take time and read, and I know some of you probably have, he said people are gonna be trying to seek death, they can't find me.
Yeah.
Now you tell me that's a trouble time.
That's trouble.
You trying to die, can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what Jesus talking about. Okay.
Also, after the flood, God made Noah a promise. He told him that the world would not be flooded again. That was the proof of the sign of the rainbow. And then in Revelations, John said that, repeat the same thing that God told Noah, but he said, but the earth will be destroyed by fire. So first it was flood, and then the next time, what we're talking about now, none seen before, it's going to be destroyed with fire.
It go a whole lot of bad things gonna go on between that.
Okay.
I said a whole lot of tough stuff gonna go on between that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when he's talking about it ain't gonna be, they say it's gonna be worse than it ever been in a time of history, and never have been. It'll never be again. That means it's gonna be something very tough.
It's gonna be bad.
Fire gonna be one of the things. What comes along with the fire?
It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Or what comes along before the fire?
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be bad. Like I say, people actually gonna be seeking death, can't you find that? So this gonna be a bad time. Again, why are we covering this anyway? Because we need to know. The 35th verse, heaven and earth should pass away, but my word should not pass away. Everything passing away, but God's word.
It is too.
Everybody see that? But of that day, and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels in heaven, but my Father only. What did that say just in that verse?
It's just simple, it explains itself. It really explains itself. What he said, but of that day and hour knoweth no man. And people been trying to predict,
Yeah.
you know, when Christ comes. They done poison themselves. You know, there's one place, this lady had this compound, and they had built their own place under the mountain or whatever, and people sold their homes and gave up everything because listening to what a person's saying that when Christ's supposed to come. And then when it didn't come, it destroyed everything in their life. And just imagine all the people that gave their life, committed suicide because, you know, they looking for Christ to come and he didn't come. You know, their life lost. Souls too. You know, and that's why we need to know, and that's why he said, don't let no man deceive you. So it's our responsibility as saints of God, even as sinners, to not to let nobody deceive us. You know, you going on the word of a man and they ain't showing you in the word and ain't reading the word, you'll follow them.
That's right.
You know, and people still following that. And every prediction that they had, none of it come true.
That's right. You're right. Okay.
And this one say, no one knows the hour or the day, not even the messengers in heaven, not even the Son. And it goes back to something that you had preached, and you went over a couple times about the 12 brides. In the Jewish religion, you know, after the son pick out their brides to bring them, you know, that's why they were there waiting, because even the prince don't even know when the king come up and say, well, go get your brides, we can get them. So even he don't know, but he goes and picks them, you know, and then he'll go back and tell the king, okay, I got the brides, you know, and then he don't even know when the king tell him, okay, well, we're gonna go get them. He don't even know the date. So this goes back to the parable when you brought up about the 12 bridesmaids. That's why, you know, when Jesus come back, he don't even know. It's only God set the time, so we are the bride. So, you know, that's why he said we better be ready. Because when God tells Jesus, okay, go get them ready for him.
All right now.
We got to be ready. And that's what it's back. That's why angels or nobody know. Only the king knew in the Jewish religion when they do the marriage. Only the king knew or made up the date when the prince was going to get the bridesmaids.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. You're right. In the Jewish custom, that's what they did. You're absolutely right. Just like Abraham's son, the servant out to find with his son or wife, his son now. The same thing. All this shit tie in what we're talking about right now. You're absolutely right. In this way, he said, we never know because Christ is the bridegroom. We never know when he's going to come back. We don't know. It's just like you were just saying. What they did, when the servant find in the Jewish country, when they find it, they just didn't take the bride to the father right then. They just didn't the father didn't know when the bride was coming.
No, he didn't.
See, you're right. This is the same thing Jesus said in the 24th chapter of Matthew. He talking about that in the parable. He talking about the Jewish custom. That's up to right. So what he's saying, the same thing. We don't know when he coming back. He the bridegroom, we the bride. He definitely come back for his bride, but we just don't know when. But he tells you better be ready.
That's it.
And see, there's a scripture tell us to guard our heart. And see, that's the reason why we need to guard our heart, so that we won't get deceived, so that we'll know, we can rightfully divide the word of truth. Because if we keep our heart guarded, how do you keep your heart guarded? Keep the word of God a slide too.
That's right. That's right. You got to. You're right. He said, guard your heart, all devils.
All devils.
He should like. You better guard your heart. But cause this is a time, you got more religion now popping up. I mean, they pop up everywhere now, and people just flopping them. They're flopping them out because they get something that they think new.
Yes.
And there's nothing new up under the sun. Nothing new. But that's what they're doing. They're going after something new, and that was prophesied too.
Yeah.
These are good, people that want 2 and 4. But they get something that really is not the real thing. But remember, you brought out something. He said, of that day and hour knows no man. Now, a question is, let me ask you another question. Now that Christ has went back and he's seated on the right hand of the Father, do we know that?
No. No. You still don't know.
You're right.
You can't know.
You're right. That question came up. Now that Jesus is gone back and sit at the right hand of the Father, do we know the time now that he's coming back?
No.
No, we don't.
The word is saying you don't know.
No, we don't. But that question came up too. Don't nobody know. Beyond which that's in the hands of the Father.
Yes.
Right.
Matter of fact, the disciple asked Jesus that in the first chapter of Acts. They asked him that. They asked almost the same question. Jesus said, how many read that? He said that pretty much. He said that's not in my hand. That's in the hands of the Father.
That's what he said.
So don't nobody know.
Don't know.
Jesus didn't. When people say Jesus knows everything,
No.
he didn't know this, and he admitted. He said he didn't know.
And Jesus always told the disciple, I only speak what my Father tell me to
That's
speak.
it.
He always repeated that. I only speak what the Father tells me to speak. I only teach what the Father tells me to teach.
That's right.
He always through the whole scripture. So anybody ask you a question like that, they're just like the Pharisee who asked God, what does it take to be born again?
Yeah.
They won't understand.
That's right.
They don't want to understand. They just want to start a debate.
That's exactly right. That's right. Now that he's back on the right, or do he know? No, he don't know because he said he didn't know. Okay, let's go ahead on. As in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the coming of the Son of Man. For in that day, or in the days, but in the day of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. For as in that day there was before the flood, there was eating, drinking, marriage, giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And Noah's not. Let's stop right there. Do everybody understand what the 37, 38 verse says?
Amen.
Huh?
They was doing what they wanted to do.
That's exactly right.
Like yesterday, the girl told me she didn't like this other girl. I said, we all got to love people, whether we like them or not, because that's the only way we're going to be able to see God. She said, I'm going to see God. I said, yeah, I was going to see him. Everybody going to see him. Yeah, you're right, you want to see him.
That's right.
But you ain't got your heart right, and you going to forgive. That's all you're going to do is just sin.
That's right.
People think, you know, they can just hate people and don't like people and stuff. God, yeah, we all gonna see him.
Sure will.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. Everybody home gonna see him. Even dead folk gonna see him.
Yeah.
So, you know, I told her, I said, you got to forgive. I just know I said, when you just can't hold forgiving in your heart, let it go. Because God, you'll see the Father, but he'll tell you to depart from you. You know, you got to not have that kind of stuff in your heart.
You're right. You're right. Everybody gonna see him because he said every knee gonna bow.
Every tongue gonna confess.
Every tongue gonna confess. The saved and unsaved. You gonna bow. And you gonna confess that day. I tell you, there are people hard that been so hard, they go look at the mummy in the coffin when you shed a tear. You know, but I'm telling you, they're gonna come a day. They're gonna bow. And not only they gonna bow, they're gonna stay right there and declare that he is Lord to the glory of God. They ain't getting up to, they're gonna confess you are Lord. Whether you want to or not.
And it's too late.
It's too late. See, I'd rather do it now
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amen.
than to do it later.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I'm doing it now willfully. There's gonna come a time you're gonna do it whether you want to or not. You still gonna do it. But we got a time, this time now we can do it willfully. I do it now. I confess that he is Lord.
Amen.
So there's gonna come a time you're gonna stay right there until you confess that he is Lord. He said to God get the glory.
Yeah.
Man, that's.
Okay.
And also, you know, like I said before, you know, y'all don't take my word for it. Go back and, you know, and study and see what the scripture say to you. And this my Bible right here say, no one knows. I mean, as it was in the time of Noah, so it will be with the coming of the Son of Man. In the days before the flood, people were busy making lives for themselves. They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, making plans and having children and growing old until the day Noah entered the ark. And today, you know, just like the people, you know, they just live regular lives, you know. Even though, you know, my opinion, Noah was the first actually church warning the people of God's return. The first one, you know, everybody thought he was crazy. Just like the churches today, the one that speak the truth, sound doctrine, they are the one confounded as crazy. Because they're outside the box. The churches now, just like Noah was standing out in front of the ark. But instead of us standing out in front of the ark, the body of Christ today, you know, we're standing in front of getting people from going into the tribulation. You know, just like, you know, people just living their life like, you know, their lives important. You know, only what they go through is, you know, is important. Nobody else is important. Nothing is sacred anymore. Nothing is precious anymore. Nobody love each other no more. Like, hate is the new love. You know, deceiving each other. But they living their regular lives like, you know, they got plenty of time. And just like Noah was warning the people and was laughed at, today's generation of church, the ones that actually standing with the word, are getting laughed at also. Said that they gonna be just like the day of Noah. So Noah stood his ground, even though they laughed at him, called him crazy. You know, as children of God, we should do the same thing. Stand. Even if people laugh at us and call us crazy, stand our ground. The only thing we can do is warn them. You know, if they listen, okay. If they don't, still okay.
You're absolutely right. You know, Bishop Biden brought out a point last week. He was ex-wife. I think we be in so many worldwide, we be persecuted where we are. When you're living for God, you're gonna be picked on. You might want to be looking. I mean, get prepared for it, and that's a good thing. You know, you're gonna be picked on. You're gonna be marked. The Bible says in the last day, markers will come.
That's right.
So it don't bother me about, you know, people, you know, making a mark. It don't bother me. But you're right. Noah went around and preached 120 years and couldn't get, the only one that he got, the only one he could get saved, this is only family. And I don't think they believed it.
I was looking at a little
Now, you can take, you know, this my opinion. I don't think they're gonna be there. They look with this old man that lost his mind. You know, we ain't never, you know, because it was saved. You know, it was saved that it had never rained.
That's it.
That's what water was, with the dew on the ground. Well, you tell people today, you know, again, you tell people, you know, in days of Noah, we said, look, it's gonna rain. They said, water gonna come out the sky. Well, we tell people, say, look here, the next time the world gonna be destroyed by a fire. Where it coming from? You mean tell me a fire gonna come out the sky? That's what he did Noah. Noah could convict nobody. I'm gonna say, if you look at it, he said, one righteous man.
Yeah.
It was one righteous man.
That's what the scriptures say too.
So his family, you know, I have no doubt, you know, God didn't want Noah to get in there, you know, in his family law. So somewhere along the line, you know, because they had seen things that Noah probably had said in time past, and he saw it come to pass. I don't have no doubt Noah started working out by himself. I have no doubt. And as time progressed, then, you know, they started coming to, well, maybe we need to help this old man because, you know, we don't want him to kill himself. You know, so we go out there to help him. So they join in. Out the whole world, woman, 8 people. Can we look at that? And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be what?
120 years.
How many?
120 years.
120 years. God gave the world 120 years to repent. Look at the 5th verse. And God saw that the weakness upon man was great in the earth. Now watch what it says. And that every imagination of the thought of his heart was what?
Only evil continually.
That's all they thought. They got up in the morning, they were thinking evil. They went to bed at night, they were thinking evil. They were thinking evil. He said their thought was on evil continually. Their mind went on God nowhere. The 8th verse. I think that's what I'm remembering. But Noah found the grace in the eyes of the Lord. Who found grace?
No.
Didn't say his family. He said his family. He said Noah found grace. He didn't say Noah's family found grace. He said Noah found grace in the sight of the Lord. Okay. These are the generation of Noah. Noah was a just man, imperfect in his generation. And Noah walked with God just like Enos. He walked with God. And Noah begot 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The earth was also corrupt before God. And the earth was filled with what?
Violence.
Is it filled with violence now?
Yes.
I seen in the paper, Bishop Bible telling me about last week. I saw that they got in the paper today. I saw it in the paper today. The earth today is full of violence. I don't know, did anybody see this woman? This woman went to her own house. Her own house. Who saw it on the news? She went to her own house. The neighbor called where the door was open.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She went to her own house. The neighbor called, knows the neighbor. Knows. Should have been tended to their own business. Called the police. The officer came, seen the woman in the house, shot through the window and killed the woman. I don't understand that. I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense. I mean, why, why trying to get, some kind of understanding before we kill somebody? Just shot through the house and kill somebody. And that was the woman's own house. She got killed at her own house. Well, what we're saying, there's violence in the earth.
Oh, yeah.
You got to watch you got to watch. You got to watch everywhere you go now.
Amen.
So there's violence in the earth just like it was in the days of Noah. The 12th verse, and God looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt. For all flesh was corrupt, his ways upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come to me, for the earth is filled with violence. Though through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth. That's what Jesus is talking about. Same thing. We got the same thing going on today.
That's right.
Do everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
But can you imagine? Just think about it. I don't know, have y'all thought about it? Noah had some people. It was more, his wife had some people. I don't have no doubt he had some cousins, he had some uncles, he had some nephews. I have no doubt. His wife did too. And they could convince nobody.
That's right.
They weren't convinced. Matter of fact, I ain't got time to get into it. If you follow the story all the way through Rochelle, God still tried Noah. He was trying Noah. He tried Noah all the way up to the time of the flood. After all the animals had got into the ark, he told Noah not to go in the ark. They sat there in the ark. They sat there in the ark. What? Extra amount of days? How many?
47 days.
They sat there in the ark. Can you imagine sitting there? It never had rain. Can you imagine the cousin and uncle coming to him and mocking him and saying, you know what? This man the lost his man and got all his family following him. He got all of them stinking out, sitting up in this ark. He sat up in there like somebody crazy. They were mobbed. But Noah had a revelation.
Yeah.
Noah had to heard from heaven. You see what I'm saying? Noah, of course, said, well, look here. You know, it don't make sense because it had rained, you know. I can't never remember no rain. It seemed like, you know, I'm making a fool out of myself. But he stayed right there.
Right there.
Now, let me look at another point. When it started raining, and when the water started coming up in there, can you imagine the uncle running up there knocking on the door and say, hey, let me in? He said, I can't because God, the angel done locked the door, took the key, gone back to here. I believe Noah would have had a weak, you know, Noah probably would have been weaker. You know, you hear your uncle at the door knocking on the door, that water right up, say, let me in. He couldn't open the door because God had done locked that door.
Sure did.
It couldn't be open. They had 120 years to repent.
That's right.
Same thing going on today. People do not want to hear the true gospel.
No, sir.
They don't want to hear it. You tell them, they're like Brother Man said, the first thing they say, they make mark up. Y'all think y'all the only one right. We ain't think we don't want right, but we striving to be right. We ain't saying we don't want right. You know, the 38th verse. For as the days of Noah before the flood, they would eat, drink it, marry, and give it into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. It wasn't nothing wrong with marrying. It wasn't nothing wrong with giving in marriage. It wasn't nothing wrong with eating. But I think it brought out. They were living as though God didn't even exist.
Yes.
The same thing today. You got people today. You got people playing Russian roulette. I'm talking about supposed to be saved people. Where God ain't coming. He ain't coming back today. I got time to repent. You know. I just sold my wild over because we got plenty of time. Let me tell you something. Don't take that chance.
That's the truth.
That's a chance that you take.
Yeah, because it's just down. I was just in the house, the Lord showed me people just chasing out the money. Oh yeah, they chasing out the money, so they leaving jobs and stuff, trying to chase all this extra money and stuff. And God, if God wants you to go get all this, he'll tell you to go, but they just chasing money, leaving. I mean, it's just crazy. I ain't ready to drop, because this job pay me $10 more. I mean, but you're killing yourself. You're really killing yourself. You're not saving yourself, you're killing yourself. And then the more you get, stress is gonna make you be.
You know what people need to be running? They need to be running after the word. That's what people need to be running. All this other stuff that we just supposed to is passing away. Okay, I'm done.
And two, Bishop, when you tell the world wants you to tell them things to make their flesh feel good. And they get so offended with the truth. I mean, they get almost, you know, if a man gonna put you to death like they did in Jesus' day because of the word, you know, because man don't want to do spiritual, the right spiritual thing. They rather go to a witch doctor and all of them spiritual, you know, all of them different people into that. But when it comes to God and to tell them the truth, they get so offended. And then it's some believers, churchgoers, that get, when you tell them about, I say to myself way back, what you going to church for? I can talk to you about God, but when I say Jesus, you so offended. What are you there for? But people, they get so offended. Your family get offended, they turn against you. You know, but if you keep on living, keep on standing for Jesus, they'll soon come. You know, when they really, really get backed up against the wall, then they want to know about Jesus.
That's right.
But people so easily, I mean, I can't understand the saints getting offended about living right for Jesus.
They do. They do, because they're so caught up. They're so caught up in the grace thing. You know, they're caught up in it. And so they feel, you know, we can do pretty much what we want to do because we're covered by grace. You know, this kind of thing. But let me tell you something. You just play, you're playing the danger game. That's what you're doing. They don't want to, they want to hear about God, but what God?
That's it.
It's a lot of God.
It's a lot of God.
But it ain't one Jesus.
That's it.
But it's a lot of God.
That's it.
So there were people caught in grace. And it's a trick the enemy playing on people. He's playing, you know, he's playing a trick on them. So they think they can do pretty much whatever they want to do and still be saved. If you, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna say this here, and probably get some backfire by it. Don't really make me no difference. If you do anything you want to do, you ain't saved. How can you do anything you want to do? You can't, if you got a job, you can't do anything you want to do on the job.
Okay.
So how can you say you're saved but you're doing anything you want to do?
Can't do it.
You can't do it.
Not according to the scripture.
No. Mm-mm. Paul made that plain. So people that do that, I don't pay that stuff no attention because like I say, I'm not gonna lie myself to get, caught with this kind of stuff, what people are doing. Again, Jesus made it plain, say, let no man deceive you. Don't let nobody deceive you. So if you be deceived because you want to. Okay, any more questions? Read Matthew 24. There shall be two in the field. The one shall be taken, the other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill. The one shall be taken and the other one left. Let me stop right there because we finna get off all the way to another different subject. Jesus finished shift subject. But what is he saying in this 40th verse? There shall be two in the field. One shall be taken, the other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill. One shall be taken and the other one shall be left. Okay,
Talking about the rapture, when Jesus returned, there's gonna be two people out there, both of them is not gonna be saved. One of them gonna be a sinner, one of them gonna be a saint. One of them gonna be taken and one gonna be left behind. And the same thing with grinding, one gonna be taken, one gonna be left behind.
Okay. Now, you're right. So we say two, people say two will be in one bed. Two will be in one bed. Matter of fact, I think one scripture said two men will be in the bed, in one bed. Maybe two women will be in the bed. Some people may look at that as being homosexual. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
It's real.
That have absolutely nothing to do with it. When we was in the service, we had a great big old room, and all of us slept in that room. I never did like the bottom, but I slept at the top. But it was two of us. I slept at the top, he slept at the bottom, and I'm all the way down in the room. So actually, you're almost talking about two men in a bed, because I slept at the top, he slept at the bottom. I never slept at the top, one top. Nobody went in the same bed. It like bunk bed, one at the top, and one at the bottom. So it could be something like that. But either way, that's what he's saying. You're talking about one was saved and the other one. Okay,
And two, then that was a Jewish custom. All the women slept together. All the men slept together. It wasn't no gay thing, but that was their custom to sleep like that. Unless you was married in your own home. But a lot of them as custom, that's the way they did. The women would eat by themselves, and the men would eat by themselves.
You're right.
Sorry.
But that's why it's good to go back, and that's what I was just telling you. I think about 3 or 4 weeks back, I told you I'm doing a lot of history now, because what you brought out now, you said custom. See, if you don't know the custom, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Even during the time of Christ, when they went into the synagogue, the men and the women didn't sit together. Even if you were married, you still didn't sit with your husband, you didn't sit with your wife. The women sat on one side, and the men sat on the other side. That's why I say when Jesus went to that temple that day and called that woman out, he had 7 strikes against one. He had a strike, he called a woman out in public. You don't never call a woman out in public. Not in a public service like that. That was one strike against him. Another strike against him when he called up and want to pray for her. You never did pray for a woman in public. Not according to Jew custom. So Jesus had a lot of strikes going against him. And another strike he had going against him. He was doing it on the Sabbath day.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of rock thrown at him.
Amen.
But the point where Jesus broke a lot of the Jewish customs.
Sure did.
I've been doing a little research on some of them. And he was talking about even in the time of Christ, if a person wore a set of false teeth, and if he was walking on Sabbath day and the teeth fell out, he could pick them up, but he couldn't put them back in his mouth. No, that would be considered as work. He couldn't put them back in his mouth. When Jesus walked through the cornfield, that particular day, him and the disciples, they would put the corn and eat them. That would be considered as work. You see, they had a lot of custom. On the Sabbath day, you couldn't walk but just so far. That's why Jesus say, if they compare you to go 1 mile, go 2. Because that was a Jewish custom. On the Sabbath day, you couldn't walk 1 mile on the Sabbath day.
That's all right.
So, again, you have to go back and look at some of the customs that they had back in them days.
Yeah.
That's why I do what Jesus talking about. He said, they asked you to go 1 mile. He said, compare you to go 1 mile. He said, go 2 miles. So that was one of their customs. A lot of crazy customs. To be a priest, No, I'll be getting off of that. To be a priest, the Bible calls us priests. But during the time of the Mosaic law, a priest had to be perfect.
Sure did.
See, like I wore glasses, I couldn't be a priest.
Yeah,
If I had some kind of mark on me,
yeah.
I couldn't be a priest.
No
A
blood.
priest had to be perfect. That's why when Christ come, he would call the perfect lamb.
That's right. No blemishes.
No blemish. He was perfect. So all these different customs that they had. And again, like I said, I'm really just beginning to learn about a lot of these customs. Because you need to know the customs, know what they were talking about during the story in the first verse. The elder which is among you, I exalt, who am I also an elder, and a witness of the suffering of Christ, and also partakers of the glory that shall be revealed. Let's just stop right there. What is he saying?
He said, for the elders of the church among you, I exalt. In other words, you let them know they were doing the right thing. And it's for whom also I am I also an elder and a witness for the suffering of Christ, and also a partaker of the glory shall be revealed. In other words, he will let them know, look here, I'm in this too. And I exalt these men that have been teaching the truth, but we're part of the thing that Christ has, we're talking the thing that Christ has revealed to us.
And you know, he said he was a witness.
Yeah, he's a witness.
He said he was what? A witness of who?
Witness of the suffering of Christ.
A witness of the suffering of Christ. Everybody look up. It doesn't make sense. You know, when I look at something like this here and see what Peter said, I was a witness of the suffering of Christ. You're talking about all these men died a brutal life.
Sure did.
They died a brutal life. You mean to tell me you give up your life for foolishness?
No.
Peter, according to tradition, Peter was hung upside down. He said he wasn't even worthy to be hung like Jesus was. They hung Peter upside down. You mean to tell me these men were so dumb that they followed something that they were not false, that don't make sense?
No, they wasn't.
He said, I'm a witness of the suffering of Christ. That's why I said, people say what they want to say. This right here is the real thing.
Yes,
I don't care what other doctrine they got going on. I'm gonna stick with what I see is true.
amen.
He said, I'm a witness to it. In other words, he saw what Christ did. He saw how Christ suffered. He said, I was a witness to Christ suffering. And he also was suffering as well.
Amen.
Do everybody see this?
Yes, sir.
Who gonna die for nothing?
Nobody.
These men, none of them died a natural death, but just only one. And that was John. And they thought he was dead because they exiled him on the island path. They put him out there. Tradition say, I know if you read it, tradition say he was put in hot oil. He was roasted in the hot oil. If you read it. I used to see it years ago, the old people, when they got ready to kill a hog, they would put their hog in some hot boiling water. And they turn him over a few times to them hair get scotched or whatever. And then they put them out. I have seen them just take their hand and pull the hair.
Yes, we do.
Pull the hair off a hog, because the water was so hot. Tradition say, God supernaturally revived John. John was roasted. Matter of fact, I was looking at some research, and John was put in a hot boiling oil. He was exiled out there on the island to die. And the reason why he was exiled out there because they wanted him to die a very shameful death. When birds pick from your flesh, that was called a shameful death. That's what they want. They exiled him out there to die, and they want the Father to have to come and eat his flesh. God supernaturally revived John, and he wrote more then out on the island of Patmos. He did when he walked with Jesus. He wrote 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John and Revelation.
Man.
As a matter of fact, if you read it on, if you do some tradition on, say John didn't on survive. John went ahead, I can't think of what time he went into another time and started the church. He stayed there till he died. Let me tell you, you can't go. If God said it ain't your time, it ain't your time.
Praise the Lord.
I tell you, I really enjoyed that message Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I enjoyed it. Just believe. Got to believe. So he was the only one. And the reason why he didn't die because Jesus prophesied to him. Then he prophesied to him that he wasn't going to die. He wasn't going to die. That's the only why John didn't die, but all the rest of them, they died. A very moral death. They died, but not John. So God revived him, and when he revived him, he was able to write 3 revelations. He wrote The past, the present, and the future. I like what he said. So when I looked into heaven, I was studying there last night. He said, you talked about the door open. He said, when I looked at heaven, he said, I seen an open door. And up under that open door, I saw an altar. And up under the altar, it was the saints up under the one who had shedded their blood.
Yep.
He said, I saw an open door. God took him. I don't know whether it's a vision, or I don't know exactly what it was. The Bible talk about a vision. I don't know whether it's a vision or was he caught up like John. The Bible says a vision. That's what he's saying. But now, Paul talked about a vision too, but he was caught up into the third heaven. It could have been that he got caught up into the third heaven, or that he could have seen an open vision. Either way, he saw heaven.
He saw heaven.
That won't make a difference.
Yes, he did.
He saw heaven. I love it too. Say, them was upon the altar. Say they cried out. Say, how long? He said, just a short time.
Oh.
Just hold on. It ain't nothing kind of feel about what we got. Don't let nobody deceive you. No. What we got is the real thing. Keep holding on to what you got.
That's right.
Amen.
So he was the only one. Let's go. I don't know how we got into that. Let's go on. But you know how you get excited? You just jump up. You just take off and go running now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like. Say this boy went to he was invited. He had never been to a dinner. He had never been to a dinner. And he was going, and he was brought up in a Christian home. And he was just really going just next door, but he had never been invited to a dinner. And said when he got there, they had everything ready. And said when they got ready, he bowed his head. He bowed his head and started his prayer. When he looked up, nobody was bowing but him. So he looked up and said, y'all don't say grace. So everything got real silent. So one woman spoke. Said, no, we don't say no grace. He said, oh, y'all put him like a dog I got when I put the food down, he just dig right in.
Man.
The second verse we give me to close out. Feed the flock of God which is among you. Take the oversight thereof, not by constraining, but willing, not by filthy lucre, but of a willing what?
Ready mind.
What did that say? Feed the flock of God which is among you.
Yep.
Take the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willing, not for filthy lucres, but a ready man. Okay,
Yeah, it's simple. It's saying if you're gonna be a leader, do it wholeheartedly. Don't be deceiving.
That's right.
Be the leader God, call you to be. Get your reward like you should get your reward. How you say constraint, be not constrained, but willingly. That means, don't make yourself feel like you gotta be pressured to do this.
That's right.
God gave you because a gift is something given to you. Everybody can have a gift. That's something given to you. But your fruit of your tree, that got to grow. Your fruit got to grow. So just because you have a gift that's given to you, that don't mean you have no fruits on your tree. So he's saying, be a leader that show fruit. You got some, you got some, that to show for it. Everybody can see what kind of fruit that you bear. Be a leader that's honest, that don't think that, they are above everybody else. Be humble, because these are God people that you handling. Their blood is on your hands. So take care of them, just like God would take care of them.
That's right. Okay, doctor.
I'm just gonna say on the end, and don't do it for nothing.
That's right. Filthy lucre. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, and it should tell us that, when you take an oversight, that means you overview thing. You will stand out, you're gonna teach it the right way. And it said, you take an oversight over. You know what you're doing when you do this. In other words, he said, if you go back to the way we talked about the evil preacher, don't do it like he gonna do it, because he do it about constraint. But you do it willingly. In other words, what the Holy Spirit show you, you do that willingly. And even if you don't make a dime, get the people mind, your mind be ready, and the people mind be ready to get out of here.
That's exactly right. And I like the last part say, but of a ready man. Right. Not for money. Not for money. But I'm telling you, I kind of say it anyway. You got churches when church like business.
They'll tell you. They say a church is a business.
They run like business. Yeah, they run like a business. Huh? No, it's not God's business. I mean, we run the church the kingdom way. There's a way the world want to be, and there's a way God.
That's
people
right.
do it. We don't do it the way of the world. He said they don't do it for money. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, let's face the fact. Some of these men are getting big money. Don't get me wrong. I'm not jealous. Cause to be honest with you, I pray for nothing. It doesn't make me no difference. I never forget one time a preacher told me from Washington. I never forget. He say, you keep on preaching it. He said, because the pay might not be too good. He said, but your reward won't be out of this world.
Amen.
He said, just keep on preaching. You don't look for no reward down here.
Amen.
You see what I'm saying? Let's face the fact. There are some preachers will not even come this way. They ain't coming this way. Why? The church too small and we're not important. See, there's some preachers feel I'm important. There's some preachers I can go. There's some preachers I can't go. Well, it's very strange. It's very strange. Jesus went everywhere. Matter of fact, the Bible says, I think in the 5th chapter of Mark, that Jesus went into the small village. So when people get like that, I'm gonna tell you what happened. When people say I can't go there, you done got too high for God. God people's everywhere. You know, when you say I can't go there play because I don't get paid enough money if I go there play. You done got too high for God. Matter of fact, you getting your reward.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And I'm doing y'all need I know y'all done read it. Revelation the 2nd chapter. When John said that God hate the Nicolaitans. I went and checked it out. I thought it was a race of people, but it's not. It is it's like a personality, a type of people. They're people who control people that's under them. That's why God said I hate them. He wasn't talking because anybody can be a Nicolaitan. They're talking about people, they got the spirit of Balaam, they preach for money, they want something in return. Because I looked at that, I say like, God hate, you know, a certain type of people, you know, and I looked it up and it broke the word down. Nicolaitan, it's a certain type of people. Anybody can be one. It's a certain characteristic or personality that you have. A dictating personality. Somebody who won't do, you got to get something out of it, you know, to get something. But, you know, somebody like you and a lot of these ministers that I talk to, that I know their fruit. God gonna take care of y'all.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so y'all have nothing to worry about. You know, God is gonna take care of y'all. God gonna take care of the people who handle the word like they should.
You know, you're right. I was telling Pastor John Sunday, we was kind of side by side before we went in. I don't know how the conversation come up, but I looked at it this way. Really, I didn't get into get rich. God, you know, graced me, and you know, rich come with that fine. But I didn't get into get rich. I got into because, you know, this is what God called me to do. And I looked at it and said, God gonna take care of me. I told Pastor John this. I said, God can take care of the birds. He said, you not more than the five? God said, the bird never ever go or lack of anything. It make no difference how bad it get. The bird never go lack. God make sure they took care of it. He said, they don't even be a bone. So if God can take care of the five, the bird, you think God won't take care of you?
Yeah.
He will. He will. If you got the right mind, He will. So there's some people, and I'm going to say this in love, there's some preachers, there's some people get into this hymn to get rich.
Money, yeah, I've seen that.
I can call a gentleman named Retton Grayfall when the mill was running. Him and I was mentored that time. I probably no more than about 3 years into the ministry. We were standing side by side in the bedroom. He told me that, he said, you know what? He said, Campbell, he said, you know, I had considered going into the ministry. He said, because it's money into the ministry. Into this day, he's still not in, you know, he didn't go into it. And he still stayed in Great Falls. Small guy too. He said, I thought about going, well, if that's what you're going in there for, you're going in for the wrong reason. That's the reason why God didn't call you to go into the ministry to get rich. If you want to get rich, go start a business somewhere.
That's what Miss Judas did.
Huh?
That's what Miss Judas did.
Sure did.
Money.
Sure did. The third and fourth verse, then we're gonna have to close it out. I wanted to finish, but we have about 3 more verses we finish the next week, and then we go into something else. Neither as being Lord over God inherited, but being an example to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, you shall receive what?
Crown of glory.
A crown of glory that do what? Fade not away. What did that say?
They said never try to be like you God, be the God of God's people, he the God of his people. He said, don't you try to be God over my inheritance. I put them under you. I didn't give them to you. I put them under you. And then he said, to let us know that you can, not only that, you just be an example to them. In other words, it goes back to what you said a while ago. Good leaders lead to be an example to the sheep. And that's what you call a good leader. It ain't no do as I say, not as I do. If we all do it together. The way God told us to live it, I live it, you live it.
That's right.
And then he said, then he let you know that after you've done that, you're going to receive a crown of glory. When Jesus comes, you're going to receive the crown of glory, that faith. In other words, you're going to receive something that's incorruptible.
Amen.
Don't fade away.
Don't fade away.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get all the way into it, because it's a big debate about it. But it's a scripture that's that's in the Old Testament, and a lot of people get that confused. They think that the Bible is calling us gods, but actually, the person that wrote that in Psalms was actually criticizing the leaders, because he kept repeating what it said. He said, yeah, y'all are gods, but but y'all gonna die like ordinary men. Right here, it brings it out. He said, don't be, content, willing. Don't be an evil leader. He was telling them, y'all got the authority, to look over God's people, and they look at you as gods. But yet, it's still God. If y'all keep playing like y'all is, God would script that title, and you would die like ordinary men. That means that you would die broken, poor, just like the ones that you over them. It's not like calling us. Because, if all of us was God, he would have said all of them was God. But he said you would die like ordinary men. Yeah. That means he going to strip you of your title, your leadership, your judge, your kingship, what I'm talking about, your royalty. And you would die just like the people you mistreat. And it goes to this, because he said don't be lords over God's heritage. Ain't number one. And that's him.
That's right. That's right. He the chief shepherd.
That's it.
We got to give an account. We got to give an account to him.
Right.
The gift he done give us, we got to give an account to him. And I like to say, Peter said, don't do it for filth, don't do it for the money. He said, but in that 4th verse, he said, when the chief shepherd shall appear, when he come back, you shall receive what?
A crown of glory that fadeth not away.
In the Bible, there are 5 crowns. There are 5 crowns in the Bible that God will give his people. Everybody not going to get the whole 5, but there's 5 crowns in the Bible that we're going to receive. Did anybody know that?
Yeah.
It's 5 crowns. Matter of fact, I was looking at them last night. 5 of them that we're going to see. Paul talked about it, I think, in 2 Timothy 4th chapter. He talked about one of the crowns. They look at it very quickly and close it out. You just wanted to crown him. The 4th chapter of 2 Corinthians. I'm going to teach this in Bible study and explain to you what each one of them mean. All of them got meaning to it. But look at 2 Timothy 4 and the 8th verse. Well, I'm going to read it and stop at 8th verse. For I'm now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. You ready to go? Pastor, I'm getting ready to check out. I have fought a good fight. I finished my course. I kept the faith. What did it go on to say? The 8th verse.
There was laid up for me a crown of righteousness.
Stop right there. The what?
A crown of righteousness.
So that's another crown? That's a second crown. He said, henceforth there laid up for me a crown of righteousness, with the Lord, the righteous judge, should give me at that day. Now watch what it goes on to say. And not me only, but also all them that do what?
Love disappearing.
That will love disappearing. Paul said there's a righteous crown that God gonna give me in the day of judgment, but not only me, but all of them that gonna love his appearance, they gonna receive this crown too. So that's a crown that everybody can receive. But there's a special crown that God got given when we want. So we can get into that about all 5 crowns and show you exactly what they mean. There's a crown of joy. He said there's a crown of righteousness. And then there's 3 more. I'll let you go dig and find them. But there's 5 crowns. Amen?
Amen.
Well,
All right.
let's get a master hang of praises. We're running a little